Regulations. Each municipality has separate building regulation. So, Government of India has issued model building bylaws in 2004. Again, the same exercise was done in 2016. The same way NBC started like in 70s and amended in 2005, then amended in 2016, and still there are many chapters, there are many provisions which are under amendment process. So an exercise was undertaken by BIS that we should prepare a standardized development and building regulations which can be used across the country with minor corrections, with minor additions or deletion in their respective building regulations, whatever they have. These are three important players in any development and building activities. So the role of these, all three, what are the responsibilities? It is observed in many documents that we make responsibilities for applicant and for registered technical person. But we don't want to own any responsibility ourselves as a government official, as a planning authority or a sanctioning authority. We don't want to carry any responsibility with us. In this document, we have made each and every step very clear. What is the qualification, what is the competence, and what are the responsibilities of each player. Because any development or building construction activity cannot be carried out in isolation. All these three players have to play together. You can't have, in isolation any government official. He has to be part of the building operation. Whenever any building construction is carried out, he has to inspect the building. It is not that he inspects the building at the time of completion and he finds that there are so many changes, there are so many deviations which he cannot even compound. So at that time, the applicant face the problem, the registered technical person face the problem, and as well as an authority you face the problem.
I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Surajit Sharma and I'm working as Assistant Director in Town and Country Planning. Basically I am an architect and I have post-graduation in urban planning.
In the workshop, the experts exchanged their views and came up with suggestions.
That the basic parameters of space requirement are fulfilled in the design.
On the sidelines of the program, our team caught up with experts and spoke to them.
Viewers, we are in midst of the two-day workshop on draft development on building regulations 2022, and we are here in the midst of the workshop. We are glad to have with us an ex-town planner from Government of Uttar Pradesh and currently working with E&Y Consultancy with the BIS. Sir, in this workshop, what we have seen that you have come up with a comprehensive inputs from both the sides, the participants and the experts, regarding the proper shelter and building regulations for the country and as well as Northeast. So regarding Northeast, you have come up with a lot of inputs. You would like to say something more on that?
No, our Northeast states have special characters. And we have prepared this document for the entire country. It is a standardized development and building regulations. And we are conducting these workshops in each state only for the purpose of having feedback from the concerned states. What are the local conditions they are having, and what are the special problems and issues they are having with regards to the development and building construction activities in their area. And we have suggested some common activities, common standards for development and building construction, but there may be some specific requirement of these hilly states of Northeast, and to understand that we are having this workshop
BIS is conducting different types of lot of workshops in all over India, around 20. This is the 11th workshop. So I have with me Madhurima Madhav. She is from BIS Delhi headquarters, and she is the joint director from the Civil Engineering Division. We would like to know about the basic things that you want to contribute to this workshop.
So basically, BIS has taken the initiative of preparing a draft development and building regulations, which is in tandem with our most prestigious document, National Building Code of India 2016. While doing this or while preparing this document, we have taken NBC into cognizance as well as many other international and national best practices. So we have tried to prepare a regulation which is coherent and is structured and written in a very simple and easy English, so that building professionals can easily comprehend it. So I would like to mention here that BIS has published more than 22,000 standards, and Civil Engineering Department itself has published around 2,000 standards. Our various standards dealing with various disasters like landslide, earthquake as well as cyclones. We have Indian standard IS 1893, which covers the seismic zone seismic map of India, and particularly northeast lies in the 5th seismic zone, which is the most severe most zone and more susceptible to earthquake. Then it also we have also developed standards on landslide hazard zonation map as well as how to control the landslides.
Amar logot ase Director BIS Guwahati branch Sabyasachi Dhar. আমি অত লগত কথা পাতিম এই 2 দিনৰ ওয়ার্কশপত তেওঁ কি ক'বলৈ বিচাৰিছে।
নমস্কাৰ, আজি তাৰমানে আমি 2 দিনত ড্ৰাফট বিল্ডিং ৰেগুলেশ্যন আমাৰ এটা বনাইছে, ড্ৰাফট বিল্ডিং ৰেগুলেশ্যন ফৰ অল দ্য ষ্টেটছ। চ' আমাৰ যিটো নৰ্থ ইষ্টাৰ্ণ ষ্টেটছ আছে, ইয়াতে আমি ত্ৰিপুৰাত এটা হৈ গ'ল, আৰু ত্ৰিপুৰাত আমি ত্ৰিপুৰা আৰু মিজোৰামৰ কাৰণে কৰিছিলোঁ। তো বাকী যিকেইটা ছটা নৰ্থ ইষ্টাৰ্ণ ষ্টেট আছে, সিহঁতৰ কাৰণে ড্ৰাফট বিল্ডিং ৰেগুলেশ্যন আমি এটা বনাইছোঁ। ড্ৰাফট বিল্ডিং ৰেগুলেশ্যনটোৰ ওপৰত ডিছকাছ কৰিছে কেনেকৈ আমি ইনপুটছ লৈ আছোঁ বেলেগ বেলেগ ষ্টেটৰ পৰা, প্লাছ আমি যিটো ৰেগুলেশ্যন বনাইছোঁ সেই ৰেগুলেশ্যনত কি আছে সেইখিনি বস্তু সিহঁতক জনাই দিয়া হৈছে, আৰু তেওঁলোকৰ যদি কিবা প্ৰব্লেম হৈ আছে এই বিল্ডিং ৰেগুলেশ্যনটোত, সেইখিনি ইনপুটছ লৈ যাতে আমি ফাইনেলাইজ এটা বিল্ডিং ৰেগুলেশ্যন বনাব পাৰোঁ, ইনকৰ্পৰেটিং আৱাৰ নেশ্যনেল বিল্ডিং কোড। আমাৰ BISৰ এটা নেশ্যনেল বিল্ডিং কোড আছে। So এইটোৰ ওপৰত আমি ওয়ার্কশপ এটা কৰি আছো for all the 6 states.
This workshop basically would help us in developing our own building regulation. We are in the process of revising the building regulation.
Correct.
And as far as today's meeting is concerned, it is very helpful to us. It will guide us in preparing the revised building bylaws and building regulation. And the main idea was to have a common sort of a regulation which would be helpful to everyone, like for the technical persons, for the applicants, and which would be understandable to people from every corner of the country. So it was helpful.
Workshop is beneficial for us. We are new state to implement building bylaw, so lots of things we have learned. So hopefully we will go back and we will implement or incorporate whatever we have learning today. It will help because in compared to other states, our Northeast India states are it's forming, it's developing. So lots of regulation is coming up. So this type of regulation definitely workshop benefit us, and we will incorporate lots of new ideas, new techniques in our development activities, in our bylaws and acts.
With me is a very senior man from Manipur, and he is the one who has been very, very interactive, transparent, and very vocal among all the participants. So हम आपसे जानना चाहते हैं कि आपको बहुत तजुर्बा है, एक्सपीरियंस है, ये वर्कशॉप कुछ खास आपको मदद किया है क्या?
नहीं, it's basically we have been following the guidelines issued by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs so far, and for the first time BIS is coming up with a consolidated plan. I think we have to look at both the documents because they have developed this present draft bylaws considering all those which are in practice as well as recommended by the ministry.
कोई खास बात इस वर्कशॉप की आप बताएंगे जिसको आपको बहुत अच्छी लगी?
नहीं, but see, like every state has a building bylaws, and it keeps on amending, and later on they make history of the bylaws. So they have chapterized it in a proper manner, and they have seen the drawbacks, difficulties, and of all the existing bylaws, and they have tried to rectify all those bylaws here.
In short, this is very productive?
Yes, because every exercise done by a group of people, what should encourage that, and if it is beneficial to us, we should adopt.
Fruitful do you find this workshop is, because Nagaland basically have a own customary set of laws probably which are a little bit indigenous in their own way. So how do you cope up with this formulation of policies and regulations, and does this kind of workshop help you?
Yes, of course, this kind of workshops help us, because for anything we need a guiding principle or guidelines to help us to form our own regulations. So this 2 days workshop, I'm sure it's yet to end. It's yet to cover most of the important topics. But today also it was a very fruitful one, because for the first time we feel that there has been a comprehensive regulatory framework to guide us. Like usually for buildings it's different, for plans or for master plan is different. But here they've tried to bring about this two, because this two forms a comprehensive regulations that is really going to be helpful. Well, yes, of course, we have our own land ownership pattern, our indigenous customary laws, which is totally different from the mainland India again. But like I said, that we need a guiding principle, a base from where we can start. So, and moreover, we are still amending our building bylaws. We have the old building bylaws, whereas we need to put lots of inputs. Now with this draft regulation, which will be shared to us, we will be in a better position getting to know all the other details to frame a robust one.
My name is Engineer Hutoka Kiho, and I'm from Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority, Home Department.
So disaster management is also a very integral part of this workshop, because when you build the buildings, when you bring the shelters, when you build anything you build basically, the disaster point of view should be kept in mind, because anytime it can strike and we need to have the capacity to mitigate it. So how do you look at it?
Yeah, I said we are an emergency department, and we should be prepared of anything. But anything to execute, we must have a regulation, an act, or any codes to protect or to go as an emergency team. So right now at this workshop, we are getting so many ideas about that. As our ma'am said, there are different types of act, regulations and all etc. Now we are at a workshop in person, that we can ask anything we are doubting about it, and now getting so many ideas about that. So I'm very much sure that now as an emergency department we can go more ahead with what we are getting knowledge from here.
I think our building of the townships and urbanization are all in the safe hands with people like you, who have a very insightful thought to how to take it forward.